Last time I said we are perfect, and it raised a lot of eyebrows and a lot of legitimate questions I would like to address on this video. First of all, our definition of perfection might vary, and my definition of perfection is if you live as an independent entity on earth as human, you're perfect. Okay, you are. And the next question someone asks is if a child is born and the child is deformed, is the child perfect? And my answer is absolutely the child is. Though the child did not contribute to how it will look like or how the formation, the process, but the child is perfect. But what might contribute to the imperfection as we see it will be from the source, maybe the womb or the processes that that gave birth to the child could be the cause, for imperfection. Now, from my discovery, from my experience, the first human that ever lived was perfect. They were perfect. They knew the right thing to do, and imperfection comes from a consciousness. If you're perfect, before you could consider being imperfect or acting or behaving imperfect, comes from an awareness in your consciousness, in your mind. If I don't tell you there is a food in the kitchen, maybe it will not come to your consciousness there is a food in the kitchen. So until I tell you there is a food in the kitchen, then you know that I can either go to the kitchen to get the food or I could decide not to go there. So the the humans, our ancestors, came in contact with these fallen angels and fallen beings who we are perfect, but we are imperfect at the point of their meeting, at the point of them conversing. Remember, they used to be perfect, and because they were imperfect, they came down and they met with these naive Homo sapiens, who are human beings, our ancestors, who knew only what perfection was. These extraterrestrial beings, or we call them fallen angels, introduced imperfection into the consciousness of our ancestors. And knowledge is generational, it transcends from one generation to the next. And because of that, that's why we all have an idea of what imperfection looks like. It does not negate the fact, it does not negate the fact that we still know what perfection is. That's why when you do something that is not right, your mind, your consciousness tells you, because in your consciousness, you know the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. The book of life says, what I want to do, whenever I want to do the right thing, I see myself doing the wrong thing. That's programming. We've been programmed as Homo sapiens to think that imperfection is perfection, you know, and it has caused a lot of problems and trouble in the over centuries. I've come to realization that Homo sapiens, or humans, we are so wicked. We are very, very, man is wicked. Oh, mankind is very, very wicked. Oh, I'm serious. Mankind is wicked. Do you know why? Because we have normalized imperfection in our existence, that being perfect looks abnormal. I'm serious. When you see a tiger or a lion or cheetah going after their prey, over time the prey knows that something is coming after me. But we humans, when we go after our prey, oh my God, humans are the most deadliest being that was ever created. It seems like we are even more deadlier more wicked than the fallen angels, because already we are independent. Remember, I said perfection means we living existing as an independent entity. We already existed as an independent entity, coupled with the knowledge that we acquired, that made us dangerous. We humans have come to the conclusion that we are more inclined to do evil than we are inclined to do good. As a child is growing up, the child learns how to do evil faster than a child learns how to do good. And it's not by mistake. It's already in cloned, it's already inscribed in our gene, in our genetic makeup, because this knowledge are generational. Trauma could be generational from our ancestors. Knowledge could be generational from ancestral history. And because we've been cloned that we are imperfect, we normalize being imperfect as our way of life. That's not how life should be. Now that leaves us with a choice. We could decide to be perfect, or we could decide to be imperfect. I've decided to be perfect because that's the original form I was made to live on, to live by. You could decide to be perfect, to do the right thing. Let's care for each other. Let's not go, let's not, we should not be so antagonistic about each other. We could make this world a better place. That's why we are all sent at a point like this. I believe this video helps you to be a better person, and don't forget, you are perfect. Until next time, I bounce.